Hey everybody, Michael Campbell here, family pastor at Grace Church. Just wanted to go over this Sunday's lesson, how it applies to the kids, and most importantly, how it applies to us. This is a big one because we are going to go over God giving King Solomon wisdom. This is in 1 Kings chapter 2 and 3. And I think it's something that we should all kind of aspire to and what our motivations are in our prayers. And so what exactly do you pray for the next generation? So when you ask God to move and to work in the coming generations, what is it you're trying to ask him to do? You may hope for them to be good, productive citizens. It may be that you hope to see them make good decisions or marry the right person, raise a beautiful family. Maybe that you hope that they become committed to the local church and even show evidence of their love of God and how they serve others. Super admirable and respectful prayers. But in 1 Kings chapter 2, we see an incredible example of how to pray for the next generation. Whether it's your own kids, your future kids, the kids you're investing through Grace Church, or others that are in our sphere of influence. And consider David's desire. Now, David's hope for his son demonstrates what we ought to hope and pray for the next generation ourselves. In the first 4 verses in 1 Kings chapter 2 contains David's dying words to his son Solomon. And David knew that his days were numbered, and he took the opportunity to call Solomon to what he knew would be best. And ultimately, David told Solomon to grow up a godly man who is faithful to the Lord in every way. Specifically, David called Solomon to walk in his ways and to keep his statutes, commands, ordinances, and decrees appointed by God. And so when you think about the way that you pray for the next generation, does it sound anything like that? Does it sound like the wounds of a dying father who knows his child's only hope is to trust in God and follow him faithfully? Does it sound like that? Or does it sound more like a hopeful fan who wants to do good, make moral, societal, participatory choices, maybe even reap the benefits of that success? Again, not bad things. But what we ought to want is what God wants for our own lives and the lives for the next generation that we are investing in. So it shouldn't matter if there are biological kids or adoptive kids, foster children, or even the church kids. Our hope should be that they would faithfully follow God as they grow to godly people who are faithful to the Lord in every way. Now, this doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up the way a child today will go, and they will not depart from it." That is a proverb, not a promise. And so we will do our best as primary disciple makers within our home, within our church, to throw the seeds out in faithfulness and praying that God would grow them up in their faith. But ultimately, it's God, the one who saves and sanctifies. And so these are some of the things that we're going through this weekend, and hopefully you can take some of the questions, memory verses, or discussion points in the rest of this thread to help you have those conversations along the way. But praying for you always. God bless and take care.